Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. As we get on with the campaign, basically. Right, so we're going to head back up to the Frozen North. Deaf Paladins. Tried several times to beat them, and every time we've failed.
Looks a little healthier than before.
Just say the word.
I might just do the main story, to be honest. Unless we have outstanding work. Better half. That's killing the dragon, I think, which is going to be a pain. Journey to the Thing. True form. Trials of Durance, Master Blow. Need to find another piece of the helm. The Gleaming Society and the Wise. No, I think we'll just go and awaken the soul in the village. I think we've wasted enough time.
Just say the word. Just say the word.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll go back to the north. Go to the village. It takes a day to get there. Right, so here we are, back in the village. I think there's only one person that we can wake up. I haven't been able to find anybody else. So, yeah, I mean, if there is someone else we could use, I can't find them. Right, so that's that.
Just say the word.
Hey.
Just got that on. Okay.
Yeah.
So we need to go to this house. Get to there. In we go. I haven't been able to wake up. So unless the person, I don't know. Let's wake her up and be damned.
Yeah.
Just in case. I'm gonna get my
Not a problem.
doom blade out.
Got to speak up? My hearing ain't what it was.
Awaken Xanothere and remember the battles of the Frost Hall. A trauma passes through Trainer's face, and then her rumbling skin goes slack. After a rattling cough, she blinks like someone slowly coming to consciousness.
That name. It carries memories of death, war, fury, the taste of blood. What do you want with it?
Her eyes have grown unusually clear. If she attacks and I have to punch an old lady, I don't want to hear about it from anybody. But there was nothing I could do. I need to enter Gurgen's battery.
What trickery is this, stranger? You think a Pargrin would so easily betray her own people?
Her hands clench and unclench around an imaginary weapon. Xanathere's essence stirs with the same battle-ready fervor you sense in her memory from Durgan's battery. She is dangerous. The last of your people disappeared hundreds of years ago. There's nothing left to betray. Xanathere's rage, a heavy fog that clots and thickens, choking Turgon's fading consciousness. Xanathere herself is overwhelmed as he forces Tina's eyes into a narrow slit.
Lies! Armswarden Maroon will see you cast into the White Forge.
You are mistaken. Calm down.
You'd rob us of our steel and leave us bleeding.
She doubles over, coughing and convulsing. Xanathere has at last overwhelmed Taini, screaming through the old woman's mouth. In an instant, Xanathere's psyche expands, filling you with lifetime's worth of memories and experience, including a set of verses that you know to be the cantic of Durgan's battery.
Hammers of Durgan, ring loud. May the anvil's deep music resound. Walls of the battery, safeguard our works from marauder and wilder alike. Abidun's faithful travail by the forge and the fires that brighten the ore.
And 2, it's too much for Trina's dying consciousness. It shrivels and vanishes as Xanavir, now in full control of body, attacks. Yeah, well, we knew she was going to do that. Right. Let's beat her up. I mean, I'm sorry for the old lady, but we needed to get into the temple.
Uh-huh. Just say the word.
The recluse of the White March. She is dead then. I have learnt the cantrick to entering from Zunuf, a dwarf who lived and died in Durgan's battery. Unfortunately, Zunuf took over Tina's body and attacked me, and I was forced to kill her. Has that affected my reputation with Stalwart? No, moderately good. We better steal his stuff now that she's dead. Bronze, Abaddon statue. Many households of Durgan's battery had a statue of Abaddon, but also cast into the White Forge. The originals were made by a renowned sculptor.
I can do that. That's settled.
Fine clove, hooded turban.
Just say the word.
And now let's just hope we don't go out the front doors and get confronted. Nope. Not at all. Okay. Grab the camping supplies. He's leveled up, so I'll quickly level him up. Right, so he's got 7 points. Probably keep his athletics high, so we need to basically save those. Vigorous defense, perhaps. Once per encounter, rapidly increases defense for time. These are mostly weapon specializations, isn't too bad. Fearless, immunity to fright, terrified. Fighters' disengagement attacks have increased actual damage. Take the hit. The fighter interposes himself or herself between incoming attacks. Final damage total of attack against nearby allies cut in half, with the fighter taking the other half as raw damage. Okay, that's not great. And that's a mode. I don't particularly want to have him have a mode. Passive, once per encounter. Into the fray, twice per encounter. Clear out per rest. Area of effect, sweeping area of attack, passive. Critical defense is nice. Unbending. Probably got critical defense. 20% of incoming critics converted 20% of incoming critical hits converted to hits, and 10% of incoming hits converted to grazes, which isn't too bad. You can have that. Makes him a bit more survivable in the long run.
Hey.
Guardian stance and zeal focus. Okay.
Just say the word.
We need to go up to the battery. Hiding's payday. Still doing that, 1 turn left, okay. Just quickly thinking, the battery is probably going to be filled with ghost people, isn't it? So I'm going to have that sword out just in case. Does he have anything that affects ghosts? I think he does the spirits. It's a fine saber.
Just say the word.
We need to get up to the house. We need to turn the job in for him and tell him that what we basically did, which was that we didn't kill the drug addict because he'd already killed his sister and was haunted by it. So he got his revenge in his own way, really. There was someone up here supplying stuff. Interesting. I've forgotten about him. Here we go. I mean, I could go and fight the blinking, like, not death cultists, but like the dragon cultists. But it's always a pain because obviously it takes us ages to fight those guys. I'm indicated that we're not really high enough level, or we don't have the right party set up, which is nice. Which is always a good thing. But at the same time, I don't know. Right, let's talk to him. He's going to be annoyed, obviously.
Just say the word.
The devil has not scorched you yet, eh?
I have news about Grinder.
Yes? Does the sniveling cur hide in his home? Or has he been exiled to a place even more frigid and foul?
I learned that he murdered his sister.
Diverus! The man is even more of a wretch than I thought.
His face glows with macabre delight.
What of him now? Surely the villagers string him up with his own fishing line.
I decided not to save him after all.
Dico! I should have known better than to ask a milksop. Go. I need to collect myself.
Turns away fuming. Ah, well. Take that.
Just say
I mean,
the word.
dude, like, you got your revenge. It's a broken bloke, so... Like, what more do you want? Right, so get through here. Up the stairs. I mean, to be honest, like, the guy should be happy, like, the way, like, he's haunted by it for the rest of his days. Though I must admit, I was tempted just to straight out just kill him. Just to straight out just kill him and get it over and done with. Probably she would have just, like, killed him and just, like, walked out the front door. Roleplay in games characters that are like that. Because obviously they're very cut and dry, which means you end up losing a lot of access to other things. Okay, take that stuff. Let's see what you have. Okay, wrong person for sale. He's got nothing of that. Lockpicks, camping equipment, tundra hide. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get up to the forge. Unless, oh, actually, just go slightly below it, just in case. It would be really bad if we got there and like they've had something of phase into existence. Just get there. Actually, that reminds me. I need to remember again what this staff of his does. Weapon reach is increased. Grants beetle cell, exceptional accuracy. It's not too bad.
Just say the word.
Up to here. Though the wind and the ice have paired long jagged cracks in the walls and the doors feel solid and as cold as a glacier. Gilded panels are arranged in columns along the doors, and though most depict scenes from a daily life, dwarves chisel at the tunnel walls, tunneling mine carts and feasting along tables. One panel at eye level catches your attention. It shows a showing of a central wall. Above it, an indent in the shape of an anvil. Place the anvil tile in the relief. The anvil shape fits perfectly. Right. So let's see hammers. Let's like hammers of Durgan ring loud, made the anvil's deep music resound. Distantly you hear the melodic chime of metal on metal and a low chorus of work song. Strike the anvil relief. As you do so, a single tone whistles through the air. Your hand buzzes with vibration like struck metal. When you look back at the relief, the panels on either side of the wall and the anvil have come alive. All ogres and warriors of races gather for battle. Their shapes and silhouettes formed by the flaring whole of heat patterns. The tiny figures move and dance, animated by the flicker and blazing of the unseen. Walls of the battery safeguard our works from murderers and wildlife alike. You hear the heavy thud of some kind of mechanism loosening around the plaque. Strike the warriors. The buzz of essence fades and the relief reverts to its original state. Okay. Hammer and ring loud. Right, okay. Strike the anvil. Warriors safeguard our works from marauders and wild alike. Push the created war relief. It slides easily with the slightest pressure from your fingers. You guide it up and over the anvil relief where it clicks into place. Beneath is a deep cavity in the shape of dragon's jaws. Idun's faithful travel by the forge and the fires that brighten the ore. Warm air gusses from the open mouth, tingling your cold, numb face. Stick your fingers into the cavity. A buzz of essence fades and the relief of its original state. Okay, that's not the right one. Right, hammer of the forge, strike the anvil. Post-coordination up. Stick your weapon into its mouth. Okay. So it's hammering loud, strike the effigy, protect him from the thing, prenation up. Examine the mouth more closely. The heat bellowing from the mouth prevents you from getting too close, but the rim of the cavity and the tiny teeth surrounding it are blackened with soot. You accidentally inhale some of the vapor. It's odorless, but leaves you with a faint lightheadedness. You also know that the dragon's tongue is a fire striker. It's hinged and attached to a chunk of flint. Godlike, use your hand to light a fire in the mouth. The fire catches warm vapor with a billowing whoosh. The dragon's eyes are alight and flames licking the edges of the mouth. A few seconds later, the panel is slid away from you and the two enormous doors swing open into a grand hall. So in we go.
Just say the word.
In Dwarven Hold. These things never end well. Like if the dwarves killed each other, it's probably going to be ghosts more than anything. You sense the presence of one of the other pieces of Gauld's helm nearby.
I'm on it.
It feels even colder in here. Something isn't right.
What was your first clue? Right, here we go. Among the wilder kinfolk, right, we had to find the lost paladins of this quest. The road to Red Flower Lake turned out to be even more dangerous than the elders of the kind wayfarers had expected. They believed that an attack against Adam's Dalefor's funeral procession had been carried out by ogres instead. The Kana of the kind and the kind wayfarers initiate discover Etons, twisted two-headed ogres of incredible size and ferocity. Recovering the paladins' bodies was costly, with 5 more initiates dying in the process. In the end, Kana and 7 kind wayfarers reached Red Flower Lake. There, they held a service for Ed from Delpha and the others that died to make their way to the summit. On the road back down, the initiates placed marker cards along the trail to indicate when it had been cleared by the kind wayfarers and at what cost. Patchwork boots. Not too bad. That's done. That's going to be done relatively soon. And one of the helms is nearby as well.
Not a problem.
What's that? Some kind of construct? This statue of Adrian is molten and tarnished, but each bolt and rivet appears crafted with meticulous detail. So it's a statue of the dwarf god. Wait, what?
We've earned this. Durgan's steel has lined our halls in gold.
Your vanity dishonors Abidon and cheapens us all.
These weapons are ours. Or have you two forgotten how to hold a sword?
Did anyone else see talking spirits?
Okay, so the dead linger here heavily. Right, what's this? Durgan's cogs. Okay. So the dead do not lay. The dead do not sleep well here. What's this? Emerald, more cogs. Okay. And into the battery. Let's switch him out for him.
Just say the word.
Oh, stealth. It really does. Like, these guys really look like they've ripped each other to pieces, like fallen ice all over the place. Lots of infighting, methinks. That wasn't strange or creepy.
Get out! Out!
Battery shield wall, battery defender. Oh boy, this is going to be bad. It's going to see me before I can get into a good position. Let's do this. Come on. You want to go, you undead freaks? I got nothing but time for you. Creepy undead. Cut you down to size.
Let's try that.
Kill that one. Once that's one's dead, you can shoot that. Cast rejuvenation on everybody. And then go and kill that thing. Focus on killing. Right, that one's dead, and we'll quickly finish off the ice blight. The dead seem to not like to slumber here too well, which is always a fantastic thing to find out when you go anywhere. What's this? Daily affirmance of focus and efficiency. Okay, we'll grab that. That can go in there.
The word.
Booze and mushrooms. I mean, they really have just seemed to slaughter each other. Like, this body is like trying to defend that chest. Maybe they like ambushed each other. But some of them look like it was like last stands, like they were trying to hold off something. Letters to Zoltan. Esteemed coin master Zoltan, I have written you in anger and bafflement. Haven't I not been a faithful customer to you? Have I not been fair in my dealings? Yet after all my business together, you people turn me away like some filthy beggar. I arrived at the battery a fortnight ago, frost in my beard and not a morsel in my belly. Barely had I unhitched my horses when your commandant extra came to meet me. The priest told me that I would be made welcome, but my profane business would not. In short, I would have to leave at the first light. My wagon's empty. Cutane, certain that this was not a negotiation tactic, I told Exter that I would of course see him compensated along with you. He left in a huff, and when I presented myself at the door, it was Commandant Moran, who's your arms warden, who met me. She told me to leave at once, that she wouldn't have my coin-grubbing hands tarnishing Durgan's steel. Now I appreciate forceful bargaining as much as any man of coin, but I was cold, hungry, and put off by her vehemency, so I showed her the letter you had sent inviting me to examine your latest stock of Durgan's steel. Commandant Moran drove rapier through the letter and sliced it in two. She then warned me that her blade, a fine weapon indeed, would be the last I ever laid eyes on if I did not hie back down the mountain at once. Never have I endured such humiliation and expense only to return home empty-handed. I do not understand what has passed between you and your associates, but I urge you to take charge. I fear the other commandants will be your undoing indeed, but of all Durgan's battery, if you do not deal with them swiftly and decisively. Okay, so it looks like the two other commandants, like there was some kind of infighting on over, like it just sounds like they almost didn't want to give the
Damn you both! My generation built this keep to honor Abidan, not to further your greed and ambition.
Chief Curator Exter.
We're Pergrunin. Our forefathers explored and conquered, but you've stuck us in this frigid hall.
Paved with gold and marble. I won't allow us to abandon our legacy for your delusions.
No, you'll peddle it away to line your pockets. How much have you made selling our steel, Zoltan?
Again with your lies. You think I don't hear you turning the others against me? These walls echo, and... Enough! I'll send the Forge Guardians on both of you if that's what it takes.
So it seems to be some kind of like infighting, from what I can tell.
I will walk
The coin master wanted to sell steel. The chief, like the person in charge, wanted the people just to live here, and the arms master wanted to basically become conquerors. There's something weird going on. It's almost like all of their characteristics of being like excelled. Like maybe something's corrupting them. Ring of Unsettling, grant suppression. Okay.
I can do that. That's settled.
Is it booby trapped? No. Booty stability, 20% defense against prone attacks. Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, his defense against prone is already really high, but we can always put some more on it. Let's have a quick look at this table. Record of production. Here's a current account of the month's production. 20 longswords, 15 axes, 12 hammers, 7 maces, 2 flails, 7 full suits of armour for Forge Guardians, 3 additional suits of armour. If the commandants remark on production rates, kindly remind them that we received 3 different work orders from them. Vizel, Master Smith of Durgan's battery, and noted in another hand is written at the bottom of this page. What does Exter need with so many Forge Guardians? Keep an eye on him. Oh, great. So they're basically already like infighting, and like each person is making additional armor and stuff in case the other people basically like betray them. You think you gleam flickers of movement in the tarnished, clouded mirrors. You think you glimpse movement? Yeah. Fine Aquabus, oil. Yeah, so this place is just downright cursed from what I can see. But that's going to be for next time, folks. I've been Cornish-Knight. If you have liked, please press the like button. If you were subscribed, please press the subscription button. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Steam, you can leave a comment in the comment sections and I'll get back in contact with you. This has been Pillars of Eternity, The White March, and we can pick up next time as our party dives deeper into the Ghost Hall of the Dwarves. I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.